again.
Hi.
And welcome back to another episode of Cukin Good. Today, what are we making?
Bacalaitos.
Yeah, but with a twist. The episode that we're making today has two different recipes. We're going to do Don Carlos' recipe on my side, and then she's going to be making Doña Cooking's recipe. Then we're going to test them out and see which one is better. So you clearly have a lot more to do than I do. So I'm going to let you go first.
Yeah, okay. So I guess you don't have no prepping time because look, give us a close up on our ingredients if you can. You got it?
Yes.
All right. So I have ajo. Okay, she has ajo. Garlic.
Garlic, a gringo garlic, okay?
Yeah. And then I have adobo. But mine is Doña Cukin style adobo sin pimienta without pepper. And she has.
And then I just have some good old regular adobo with pimienta in it.
Okay. I have some achote. Achote. And she has
some sofrito. This is sazon, not sofrito. I'm sorry.
sazon con achote.
Yep.
And then I got a little bit of salt just in case. I probably don't need it. The water. She got the water.
I have the water and then some oregano.
Yeah. And then I have a hammer and she has a whisk.
So this is
You're
all
missing an ingredient.
I am what?
The sofrito.
Oh yeah. Do we actually need it though? I feel like we're gonna
need the sofrito.
That's
Your
true.
kind of need the sofrito. Okay.
That's true. Because he said he uses it. We actually called him before we started recording this.
Saludos a Don Carlito.
Yes, we called him and we had him on the phone for a good 5-10 minutes.
I'm gonna get started with the garlic while she goes it.
Yeah. So I had him on the phone.
A falta de pilón.
Do you want?
Martillo.
Don't. No, she's gonna break my table, people. All right. So we called him and he said that he sometimes uses sofrito, sometimes he doesn't. We're gonna use it today. See how it works out. Purchase nice.
Oh, okay, so it don't matter. You got good ones.
No.
Falta de pilón, mi gente. Que yo no estoy en mi casa y en esta casa no hay pilón. Está el ajo. Mira qué bonito. Tiene su cabecita de ajo con sus buenos olores a ajo. Sacándole todos los piojitos. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Action. All right. So we gave you the versus ingredients, the main ingredients. It includes flour, and of course, the point of bacalaitos is because it comes from bacalao. The bacalao is the fish, which is codfish, and we have 2 pieces of codfish here.
Yep.
Okay.
Now, here's another thing. Normally, when these are made, at least the recipe that I'm doing, we would boil the codfish to get all the salt out of it first, and then season it on top of that after the fish was cooked and stuff. And so then, the way she's gonna make it, if we would have been doing it that way, she would have just rinsed it off in cold water and then seasoned the rest of it with right?
I wouldn't season the fish itself because it already has salt. I would season the masa.
She would season the batter.
Batter, there you go. But you're batter. Not that kind of batter?
No.
Okay.
So she would season the batter with the fish instead of seasoning the batter with all this other ingredients and then putting the fish in, which is the way I would have done it. But this time we got fish that was already unsalted, which is a lot easier for the process. So what are you doing now?
Okay, so yeah, I have the garlic, and I'm gonna pound it. Is that done already? Because the achote, the annatto seed liquid oil thing needs to be heated so it could be doing better. So
yeah.
Again, a falta de pilón, mi gente, martillo.
So you want me to just pour it in?
Yeah, pour me a little bit of the annatto seed oil, which is el achote. Okay, yeah, that's good. No, that's good.
Alright, so we're gonna just put this over to the
Entonces,
side.
lo que hacemos es que le vamos a dar unos cantacitos aquí al ajo, como si fuera un pilón. There we go. It's working perfectly fine. See?
Actually, it's working pretty good.
Yeah.
Mine is a lot easier though, I'm just saying. You don't gotta do none of that.
But mine's got better flavor because it's all natural.
Yeah, okay. That's fine.
And that's the whole point. Like, which one is gonna taste better? If like all natural, old-fashioned cooking's way,
or the let's get it out quick because we're hungry some kind of way. So there's two different ways here. So typically a lot of people already know how to make the achote oil. So I'm not gonna explain how to do it in this video, but when we get a little bit farther into like November and stuff, when we start making the alcapurrias, which is honestly why I think I made it in the first place, then I'll teach you guys how to actually like make it and get the color that way to make it look all red and stuff and stuff.
Finish with the thing, right? So doing the wannabe pilon.
Wow, the garlic smell, like honestly, it just hit me, and it's like very garlicky. I feel like mine's that'd be a factor to be missing in mine. It's not as potent as that one is right now, because I can feel it all the way over here. So it smells very garlicky.
This is the little garlic part. What are you gonna do with your garlic? You're not gonna do your garlic yet?
I don't even think I need garlic, to be honest.
Really?
I don't think he said garlic.
Oh no, he didn't say garlic.
He didn't say garlic. So this was just here for show. We're gonna just leave it there to explain the fact that this smells a lot better than this would have.
Yeah, this is how it looks. Okay, so
yeah, so we're gonna start the batter now. We're gonna just pull this right over here. All right.
I got the little cup. She said she was gonna use her grandmother's spatula thing.
Honestly, the
what's
whole
it called?
okay, it's called a ladle, but
Spatula.
it's a bean spoon. Yeah, so it's a bean scooper thingamabob. But I'm not gonna use this for this. This was to like make the actual bacalaitos. Keep it as original as we possibly can. All right, so we're gonna just
Eyeballing it.
Yeah. All right, so all I have in my olla estilo Ponce.
Caldero estilo Caguas.
Yeah, okay. Is the flour.
I got the flour, I got the achote and the garlic.
All right, so I'm gonna start by adding a little bit of this adobo up in here.
I think I have a little bit too much harina, flour, but it's alright. I
Cool.
can work it out.
Yep.
Alright, so
then I'm going with, honestly, her preparation was a lot easier than mine. So I gotta do like a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm gonna just add a little bit of this oregano in it now.
water. Batter.
Smells like pizza, this thing. And then,
So far, more water.
and then we're gonna bring our little sazon up in here. Alright. And then go with our water. Now, I do it the opposite way. I add all the water, and if I need to add more flour, then I just add more flour.
Yeah, no, I add the flour and then I add the water slowly. That's the way my mama used to do. More.
Okay, so I don't know if you want to get a close-up of this, but the difference between adding all the water in at once and putting in the flour first and then adding the water is that mine's is a lot more lumpier, so there's a lot of flour lumps still in there. So it's going to take me a while longer to get these broken down, while hers is a lot smoother than mine's is.
It still has lump, but they're
It
gonna
has
be
a lot,
easier
yeah, it has a lot less lumps than what I have.
and way easier to undo.
Yep.
You can see the difference in the color as well.
Yeah, mine, I don't know if you could actually see it on the video because of the lights that we have here, but this one is a lot orangier.
This one is more yellowish.
Yeah, you can see it.
So another large difference between the two recipes that we're making today is my batter is a lot thicker than the one that she's making. She has a lot more liquid in hers, while mine has a lot more like dry stuff in it.
So what I'm doing is I'm trying to grab all the flour that I put into the container and I'm grabbing the ones in the corner as well, because then like after the batter is done, if that flour is still around it, then it's gonna incorporate eventually at some point and it's not gonna be a pretty picture. So I'd rather just do it all together like that. Anyways, my mom used to play with food. That's why she used to cook and that she actually loved to cook. It was because it was just like a good old game for her. She would find a way to play with food. So this here will be one of those ways of actually just playing around with the food.
Carlos, on the other hand, was just like straight to the point. I'm hungry. Let's get this stuff done. All right, so The batter consistency, I'm trying to like figure out a way to explain the difference of it. My consistency is gonna be kind of like pancake batter. It's gonna be a little bit
thicker.
Yeah, while hers is gonna be a lot runnier, kind of like cake batter. So if you like know the difference between a cake, like you know how cake is a lot lighter and fluffier, what that's gonna cause here is gonna make it a lot crunchier when we fry them. And in my case, it's just gonna give them like a nice crunch on the outside, but it's gonna be very chewy on the inside. So that's why the consistency is like two different types.
And when you go like this, you gotta make sure it's watery. In my case, it's not watery enough. I'm gonna put a little bit more.
In my case, it's
too watery.
It's too watery. Yeah. So we kind of switched it up a little bit.
That's how you can fix it. Okay.
Yeah, I fix mine by adding water. She fixes by adding flour.
Yeah, and all like the good thing about adding the I mean, either way, when you're done making the batter, you can taste it along the way and see like do I need more of this? Do I need more of that? So, you know, either way that you make it, you can always go around like tasting it and seeing which ingredient you want to add more to your preference.
That is true though, because sometimes you gotta add more either salt or more coloring or more whatever. And this is like you making scrambled eggs. Basically, that's the way my mom used to whip it. That's why I was asking if she was gonna do the whisk, because my mom was never into whisk and stuff like that. She would always use a fork or a spoon to batter her stuff.
Yeah, but now that I think of it, I think that's like one of the only things that these two recipes have in common. Neither one of them likes whisk, so. Alright, so let's check the consistency of this batter. You see how it's a lot thicker now? And it takes like a lot more to fall off of the fork.
A lot waterier now.
Waterier.
I don't know. Now my chunks, you gotta remember also that it's not really because of the flour what's it called? The bumps. It's
Flour
also is also because of the garlic. Because you gotta remember mine has the garlics, and the garlics do have the chunky stuff on it. Okay?
Okay, so I just tasted my batter and it tastes a lot like flour. And that's not what we want. We want it to taste like all the other stuff plus the fish when we put it in. So I'm gonna just add a little bit more of everything that I had out.
This has a good sense of the garlic. I didn't add no salt or no adobo yet because I want to add the fish first. When the fish is in there, then I add the salt or the adobo. I started with the adobo. So I believe mine is ready for the fish. Break it down with your hands. With your hands.
Ooh.
Okay. And then you just throw it in.
Alright, so I'm gonna leave that alone for now so then I can like start with my fish. Now, the way that I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna grab a fork. And with the fork, I'm gonna just like press down on it and pull so that way it kind of like breaks apart into smaller pieces.
Oh man, you can smell the fish.
Oh yeah, it's very fishy.
It's very fishy. I'm not into fish, and the only way that I do eat codfish is in the Bacalaitos.
I love seafood, so all kinds of seafood. Except for that one stuff that you put in that one rice and it smells like it's gone rind. I have no idea what it's called, but it's gross.
Oh,
I think it's called arenca or something like
arenca,
that.
yes.
Yeah, it's nasty. I don't recommend it to anybody in this universe.
I saw it in the supermarket. ¿Cómo se llama? Los americanos. They eat that as well.
Yeah, nope. It smells like nasty.
It does though. I don't like it.
I think that's the only thing we agree on. It's just
and then you do the whole effect too. You go like watch. This was one of the things that I used to admire when, because I don't cook, people. I'm just doing what I used to see my mom do. You know, the effect. Just throw it in there. Okay.
It fell on the board.
I mean, honestly, I think the old-fashioned way you would go through more struggle and still end up with most of the time the same
results. Yeah.
Yeah.
But honestly, I feel like the old-fashioned way, like she was saying, is like the. So we have a friend.
You get more out of it. Like consistency based.
Yeah, you do get a lot more out of it,
flavors.
consistency based, because like you see how there's still a lot of like meat on the skin that I'm taking off. But we have a friend. His name is Willie. Shout out Willie. That he says that he says that his mom cooks with love, and that's why her food always tastes so good. So that's the same thing that Doña Cukin used to do, but like she used to love food and like the whole aspect of making it. Just like she said, like that she liked playing with her food. So I feel like that's why it would take a lot longer to get to the exact same place where I would be with the same thing that I'm making. But I feel like having the backstory to the food kind of makes it a lot better than just like, oh, I just threw it together because I wanted to eat. She has a lot smaller pieces of fish. So in her bites, she's going to have like fish all over the place. Well, in my case, they're still kind of like put together and big. So it's going to have less fish, but it's gonna be bigger bites, the ones that you do have, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, again, like I don't like fish. Then this is the way my mom used to do it because of the same way. You get the flavor of the fish, you get a bite of fish here and there, but mainly the flavor of the fish rather than just the bite of the fish. She's getting the flavor and the bite of the fish, but not in every little bite you're gonna get the fish. In my case, I will get the fish in every little bite because I'm chunking it down.
Yeah, but since it's so small, you won't have like the crunch of the fish. You know what I mean? And I know like if people have eaten bacalao, like the bacalaitos before, or just bacalao by itself, it has kind of like a weird, not a weird texture to it, but it's like
distinct.
Yeah, it's a distinct like bite to it, you know. So that it kind of also eliminates that whole texture thing. I made a personal observation over here that has nothing to do with the actual food, but more about the person making the food. So Carlos was a very messy person when he was cooking, and my side of the table is like covered in flour and it has water all over the place. This side looks horrible. It's a mess. But that side is like all nice and organized and stuff, and it looks so like neat and beautiful and stuff. Like that was just my personal observation.
Yeah, because you're supposed to, according to cooking, you're supposed to, as you cook, you clean, and that way when you're done, you don't have to clean up the whole mess, just a little bit of it.
No, in my case, not his case, my case, you make the mess, put it in the sink, and let your mom worry about it.
Okay, now back to the bacalaitos. So she went and she put her sofrito or recadito in it.
Yeah, so I had to put a little bit in here because all the times I was doing the taste testing, it didn't really have much flavor. So I was like, I'm gonna just add a little bit. I used a teaspoon, and I didn't even use the full teaspoon. I just used like that mark that we have right there, or just like 3/4 of the teaspoon. So I used that in here, and I'm just mixing it together. All right, and I still haven't added my fish yet. This is just the batter. Unlike that one over there,
we have the fish, we have the garlic, we have the achote, and now it don't taste like nothing. If you're gonna taste it, it's gonna be like very bland because I haven't put no salt or no adobo or anything. I'm about to put the adobo right now. That's the only ingredient that I believe I'm missing. Now when I'm sin pimienta, acuérdense, mi Cukin no usaba adobo sin pimienta
because of her pepper allergy.
Yeah, she did have pepper allergy. So then once I whisk it, mix it, batter it all together, then I have to try it, the uncooked batter.
Okay, so right now at this point, I am adding my fish into it after I broke it apart. Okay, so we're gonna just mix that all around in there. So you can see now that the batter is a lot more lumpy, and that's fine. That's just because of your fish being added in there. You see? I think I need a little bit more adobo. She just added salt, people. She didn't show you, but she added it. I saw it.
The good thing about the codfish, el bacalao que tiene sal, is because you don't have to really add any more. Even if you wash it out and everything, it already has salt. So you don't have to put much salt into it.
In this case, it kind of made it a little bit harder because you don't actually have the salty fish flavor to it, you have to kind of add it back in instead of just having it already in the fish.
Yeah.
So
Taste the garlic. You know how the garlic gives you that little,
the bite to it,
yeah,
the garlic tanginess.
tangy, yes, but you don't really taste the flavor.
Yeah, but I want to try it. I'm cheating, but it's okay. I want to try yours. Oh yeah, that tastes a lot like garlic. It tastes really good though. Compared to mine, because I didn't put any garlic in mine. So that's like one of the main differences. That one has a very nice, sharp garlic flavor. This one,
Which
doesn't
is
taste like
more
garlic.
natural than that one. That one has a good, it has flavor. It really has more flavor than this one. But the flavor on that one, you could tell is a strong,
Oregano.
strong. No, fíjate, no oregano. It's a strong flavor rather than,
Just a one note flavor.
yeah.
So using culinary words, mine has flavor depth, okay? And hers just has the one note flavor. The more you learn, guys, the more you learn. I think my batter is ready to get into some oil. Oh yeah, that tastes really good.
Mmm. That's from Shelly. This one is more glossier, and that one is more flat. My observation. I can't wait to try this though.